Hey, what's going on, boss dog Clayton? Hey, what's going on, Jay? Thanks for jumping in today. We're just gonna give it 5 minutes so everybody can jump in, and then we're gonna get started.
Are you sitting in your hallway?
No, it's my apartment.
Looks like you're in the hallway.
I have like a big nook where I could put my office in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, buddy. How you been, Clayton?
Good, man. Just trying to find homes for everybody's calls.
Blessings, blessings. What a good problem to have. What a good
I wish,
problem to have.
yeah, it's always nice to have more calls than homes, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. Because you just gotta find somewhere to put them.
Yeah. So if anybody knows of any Medicare transfer buyers, I would like to speak with you.
Medicare transfer buyers.
English and Spanish and final expense as well.
What's a transfer?
Transfer meaning generated through a call center, and those calls are pre-qualified and then transferred to the buyer.
Gotcha.
So these will not be inbounds. These are ran by call centers. I have in-state and near shore call centers.
Okay.
So if anybody has a home for those.
Is there a way that we can take that, like, let's say the data that we generated last Medicare period, is there a way we can take that and push that to a call center and have them start working those leads again?
You can, yeah.
Okay. Is that allowed? Because the TCPA side on Facebook ads is a little hazy, so I don't even know if we can export that data and use it again.
Facebook, yeah, you go into your lead center and you just export your leads as a CVS file.
Well, not from Facebook. I mean from like Ring, because
Ringbot, you can do that too.
Okay, because I never ran lead forms. I only ran call ads.
Yeah, you run a report, and but you have to, if you're trying to pull like zip code and name and all that stuff that was pulled by the caller profile, you have to run a report and include all of those columns in your view.
Gotcha.
And then export that table, and then it'll export into an Excel spreadsheet.
Does it also bring in email address or no?
If it's provided on the caller profile.
Okay, because that could be valuable as well. Then you push them into your marketing software, and you can push them for final expense, for health insurance, for whatever, you know.
Yeah, you can definitely. I mean, definitely. You know what you should do, Conrad?
Yeah.
You should put together a training on following up with your leads and how to monetize those leads. I was going to do it, but now I'm all,
That's all I do, bro. Every Tuesday, Thursday, we jump in here.
No, I mean, you need to
set it up, how to build their Aweber, follow-up marketing, text message marketing.
No, I didn't say do a tutorial. I said
like a training.
Like have people on the call and say, okay, look, this is what we're going to do today, guys. I'm going to export this list from Ringba, and we're going to start monetizing this data. And then you set up your follow-up sequencing, or you already have that done, and you just say, this is how I'm plugging it in. If you want to know how to set up these sequences, join my course.
Yeah.
Right.
The only thing is, don't forget, like I started pay-per-call in October, so I still don't know. If you give me like a little golden nugget, I can learn, but I still don't know how to monetize purely cell phone numbers or phone numbers. You get me? I have zero experience in that. All of my experience is mainly in form fills and just actually generating the live call from Facebook or Google,
Yeah.
Don't forget, I'm a young blood. I'm 28, bro. I just jumped into this industry.
It's all right.
I'm here to learn. I'm here to live. I'm going to figure it out, and I want to help everyone else figure it out as well.
How old was I in 2015? So I'm 37 now.
Dude, you were my age 10 years ago, 2012. Holy shit. was just starting college in 2012, bro.
So I've been doing this for what, 7 years now, I guess.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you got some experience under your belt.
Definitely don't have as much experience as Carlos, but
Yeah, you got some experience. You can make it happen. You can make it happen. You know what to do with a phone number.
I got different areas of experience.
You know what you can do with a phone number.
I can show you guys how to build a call center. I can show you guys how to start an agency.
Right, and I see it. I see what's possible because I've gone out and I was looking for health insurance a couple of weeks ago, right? And I filled out a form for health insurance. Same day, within the week, I got over 100 phone calls from 10 different companies, and now I'm getting emails all over the board from a bunch of random people. So I know what the possibility is. I just don't know how to do it with strictly phone calls.
Right.
That's a piece of knowledge I have to commit to and learn.
You still need to monetize that call traffic. You need to not necessarily. So here's a little trick. I'm going to drop some gold for you guys real quick. Okay. So here's a little trick. A lot of people want pure inbounds, correct? They don't want transfers. They don't want outbound. They don't want SMS. They don't want email marketing. They want someone to pick up a phone and call, right? So how do you find a way around this? And this is something that I worked on when I was running my health insurance agency, and all the rules and regulations around like talking to elderly people and stuff. And so we had to find a lot of ways to get these elderly people to call us without telling them to call us, right? Medicare is a pain in the ass, okay, when it comes to compliance. But if you find a way to take that lead and continuously market to them until they decide to pick up that phone, now you have a proper follow-up sequence, right? I'm not saying, hey, you forgot to fill out your application, give us a call on this number via text, right? All that's going to do is going to throw you into hot water. That's outbound marketing for one. So inbound marketing, we want to bring them into something via a landing page, Facebook page, whatever it is, right? And then from there, we want to further educate that user because they're not ready to make that buying decision just yet. They haven't built trust with you, right? So what you need to do is bring them back somewhere, educate them on something that they might not understand. And then when they're ready, they will pick up the phone. So So last month, I didn't run any Medicare ads last month. Okay. You know how much money I made on Medicare calls?
How much?
It's not impressive, but I didn't do anything. Just mind you, I made $2,400 last month on Medicare calls, and I did not run one bit of marketing for Medicare.
Yeah, that's
just whatever messagings I sent out. That's people saving my Facebook pages. That's people bookmarking my websites. That's that traffic. So the more that you stay in front of these people, they're eventually going to call that phone number.
Gotcha.
So a common issue that people have when they're coming into this is one phone call, done, on to the next, right? If I don't get that phone call and that phone call doesn't convert, throw that lead in the trash, and now let me go spend another $12 to generate another lead.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you just threw away a potential $40 lead or $60 lead or whatever you're getting paid out for it, right?
Or a lifetime value of $100 because
because you might want to sell them Medicare, final expense, reverse
auto
mortgage,
insurance, you can
auto insurance. There's tons of stuff, and that's why collecting the data is good, but we can do that with calls through the instant caller profile using a number pool on your website, pulling that data in when that user makes that phone call. That's why I prefer landing pages over call only ads.
Gotcha.
Bring them into the landing page, educate a little bit. It's going to be a quality call.
That's the gold. Be a little bit more expensive. Listen to what Clayton's saying. That's the gold right there.
It'll be a little more expensive, but now I have that user's information.
Yeah.
I can now retarget that person because they're pixeled.
So you can only do that through a landing page and a ring pool.
Correct. If you're not collecting data, you need to run a number pool.
Gotcha.
If you don't have a lead generation form, you need to have a number pool. You want that caller profile.
Gotcha.
So
That's where your money is.
sorry, Clayton. So can you speak to exactly how you would use the number pool in remarketing to them?
Yeah.
We don't have to get into like the technical details of it, but I'm just like conceptually.
Yeah. So basically, so when someone calls your number from a number pool, right? So we would set up a number pool for you, or you'd set it up on your own master Ringba account, and you would assign that phone number that you have on your website to that number pool, or that number pool assigned to that phone number, vice versa, right? And so anytime someone clicks on that phone number, there's a JavaScript piece of code that you put on your website that then goes and dynamically pulls all that information, matches it amongst all kinds of different things, social media accounts, search histories, credit repair or credit reports, all kinds of stuff. And it pulls a whole caller profile and displays it in your Ringba account. So I know if you drive a 94 Jeep Cherokee, I know your credit score is 720. I know you own a home on this location. There's tons of information that's available on these caller profiles. Not all profiles will be that intense, but if this person's an online shopper, which most of these people are, that information is going to be available. And it's up to you to pull that information and then utilize it to the best of your abilities via outbound text messaging or phone calls to drive them back into your marketing funnel, to get them subscribed to a newsletter, or to get them to subscribe to a text messaging thing, or even if it's none of that stuff, just constant follow-ups, via text message and outbound phone call until that person starts looking you up, trusting you, and then they're going to call back again.
Yeah.
Right.
Now what I call, I would say the impulse callers, the impulse people, right? That they live their life on impulse. They're going to call the number. They're either going to buy or they're not. Right. And most marketers and pay per call are targeting those type of people. I want the impulse person who's just going to pick up the phone and call. Right. And so my messaging needs to entice that person to pick up the phone call and to call right now. Gotcha. So the messaging is different between those two avatars.
So is there a shift happening in the industry, right? Because, you have this above 50 years old, right? They're more likely to get on the phone and pick up the phone. But what about the younger generation and looking forward, let's say like a 5-year view of pay per call? Do you see like inbound call traffic going down? Or is there another way that we can do this? Like for me, I've tested a variety of different offers, like specific for credit repair, right? I've run call only ads for credit repair, and I've done form ads for credit repair that push them to an email sequence with the phone number, and that generates more follow-up calls than just a call ad. You understand what I'm saying? Because they'll call once, they'll call twice, they'll call a third time, right? They might not be ready to call right now, but they'll call in the 4th or 5th day of my sequence. And I'm just kind of branching out and trying to pick your brain a little bit.
Right. I'm sure everybody on this call has heard the saying, the money's in the follow-up.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to monetize. You have to monetize that lead. 7
touch points before consumers make a purchase. You guys heard that term before? It's the same. It's the same thing. Yes, we like volume now. Call only ads give you that volume now. But if you want the long-term game plan to where you can sit back, not run an ad and make $2,400 that month, then you got to have that other stuff in play. And if I had a better follow-up sequencing in place, that 2,400 could have been 10 grand.
Yeah,
easily. But I unfortunately don't have the time to do that right now because I've got so many things I'm doing.
Could we schedule a coaching call someday, Clayton and Conrad, to show us exactly how to build out a follow-up sequence, something that's efficient?
Yeah. So what we'd have to do is we'd have to kind of it would definitely have to be me and Carlos, or Clayton and Carlos, or me and Clayton together on a call, because I have experience in one specific field, right? Clayton has experience in one specific field. Carlos has experience in one specific field, right? Phil has experience in one specific field. We got to get all our minds together so that you guys can get the maximum value.
Right.
I mean, you can get the most knowledge, because right? Like Clayton might do one thing and it's still profitable and it creates recurring revenue. I can do something completely different and it also generates revenue with back-end revenue and recurring revenue, right? The idea is to put all the pieces together so you have not only a winning campaign, a profitable campaign, but also a profitable follow-up sequence that allows you to monetize that lead multiple times, right? Let's say, you know, for Medicare, probably the biggest mistake I made in Medicare was I went hard, I went fast, but I didn't know how to capture the data, right? So now we have final expense, which is literally the exact same demographic as Medicare, and I don't know how to monetize that lead. I have to go back and I have to pay for that lead again, and it might be the same person again, right? So what's kind of going through my head is how do I put all these different skills together and make it the max profit, right? And then obviously, how do I teach you guys that in an effective way so you can actually implement it into your business?
Okay, so let me touch on that. Everything you said, right? Okay, everything you said makes sense. Everything you said is accurate. Let me touch on a little bit. Hold on. Like I said, I'm doing like 100 things at once right now. Okay. Working with a buyer. I'm setting up a new publisher, and I'm talking to you guys all at the same time.
We love you, Clayton. Thank you.
I don't know if you could hear my Skype going off nonstop. So I want to simplify everything Conrad just said. Brand. There you go. I simplified it. Brand.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do business with?
A brand.
A brand. What do people remember? A brand. What should you have when you're running your business? A brand.
Brand.
Now, if you guys were on the pest control call, you kind of see how my mind works as far as my brands are concerned. I like to have a nice shiny brand in the front, and then I like to do my dirty marketing in the back. Right? I mean, it's just, you look at any place, you look at Home Advisor, you look at, Lead Smart, right? They're a big network. They have their front-facing site. They drive traffic to it, but they also have SEO guys who are building SEO sites around the country that are really the ones driving the traffic.
Yeah.
My SEO guy is the one who works for, he does business with Lead Smart. He does business with HomeU. He does business with Home Guide. He does business with a lot of these companies. He's the one who does a lot of their local marketing and SEO for them. So I just brought him on the team a couple months ago, and we've been working together, and we're building out some home service stuff in the local areas, which I'll show you guys all that stuff later, but I want to do a case study before I disclose anything. But yeah, it's all about the customer experience of the brand that they're dealing with. Your brand, your customer experience, right? So how do you want your customers to experience your brand? Do you want it to be fly by night? Or do you want it to be something to where, okay, yeah, your marketing material might be a little ugly, right? Because we build ugly pages because they convert. But your follow-up sequences can be coming from your main brand that's beautiful, that has a nice landing page, that's going to build trust, that has videos, that has articles, that has, something to where someone's going to go and go, oh, this is a legit business.
Yeah.
Right. So if anybody's doing research on your brand, you want them to be able to feel at ease with doing business with you. You're always going to get those people who don't give a shit. Excuse my language.
It's true.
Right. They don't care. They're just going to click on something because they want a free something, or they want a discount, or they want something in it for them. Other people, I will say, probably the more intellectually inclined people are going to do research for a company before they go and spend $100 a month with them, or $400 a month for their insurance, or switch their insurance plan, or switch their Medicare plan, or buy an auto insurance plan, right? Look at auto insurance, right? OTTO insurance. That is a lead generator. They make it seem like they are a high AI driven auto insurance matching
Yeah,
application,
I'm looking at it
right?
right now, and it's just a
And
bunch
they
of
even have
partners.
like yeah, they show videos of them doing this, like unpeeling the sticker of like this reflective sticker that you look like you get from the DMV that you'd stick on your car. Like Europeans, they put like these little things on the front windshields and stuff. I don't know if they still do it, but I used to date this girl from England, and she would have their basic registration and insurance stuff right on the front of their car because they would like do radio scans or something like that to know if you're insured. So they make the stickers look like those and they put them on the front of their car. Oh, look, now I've got auto insurance, right?
Yeah.
But they're not an auto insurance provider. They're not a carrier. They're not a broker. They're a lead generator.
Yeah.
But if you go and look at their stuff, they've got reviews. Oh, auto's the best insurance I ever bought, right? You didn't buy auto insurance, OTTO, right? They bought Progressive through auto.
Gotcha.
They bought State Farm through auto.
Which is also a good angle. You know, like I'm not saying it's bad. That's also a good angle to just generate the lead and then you monetize that on the back end. You have your buyers ready and then you just push that out.
Right. But you see what they do? They collect that user information. They run those marketing pages, they collect information, they have a nice site, they have a brand mission statement, they have all that stuff in place. They're a legit business.
Yeah.
And that's where the industry is going.
That's going directly into the topic of my call today, Clayton. Thanks for dropping them gold.
No problem.
Thanks for dropping them.
I'll give it back to you.
So I'm gonna share the screen with you guys. And again, what Clayton said is a completely. He hit it. I don't know how to say. He hit the nail with the hammer. I don't know if I said it right, but I'm gonna show you guys my screen. And you know, I just want to give you guys a different perspective. Right? Some of us do business loans, some of us do mortgages, some of us do pay-per-call, insurance. I want to show you guys what's possible once you learn all of these different things, right? Lead generation as a whole, if that makes sense, right? So I'm going to share my screen with you guys just to show you what I've been working on lately. So just like Clayton was saying, I own a law firm, quote unquote, right? This is my law firm. It's called disasterclaims.us. And basically this campaign, I actually met this at one of Phil's masterminds. Remember that cabana we were at, Clayton?
Yeah, I remember.
The cabana with Velocity.
I kind of remember.
Yeah, they with the Akon concert, they became one of my buyers, and they approached me for this specific lead generation campaign. Right. But I didn't want to just generate the lead for them. I wanted to build a brand. I wanted to build some sort of awareness, some sort of follow-up funnel. So I ended up building my own website, right? Disasterclaims.us. It's got everything on the front end, right? Like Clayton was saying, a lady in the streets, but asleep in the sheets, right? So what I ended up doing was you have the whole front end of the website, the whole brand, everything, every single page works, the phone numbers on top, all the testimonials, literally everything is there, down to even the attorneys. I don't know who these people are. I'm sure they're not even, may not even be real people, but it shows everything that the site possibly does. And then on the back end, this is where I drive the traffic. So disasterclaims.us/ I forgot how to spell today. Right.
Just as an aside, Conrad, I did something similar to this in the timeshare industry where I had a front end website for timeshare exits.
Exactly.
And I would show that to clients, get them on board, and then I would run the traffic to individual landing pages. Right.
Exactly. So this is what I ended up doing, right? When I first started the campaign, the only thing I was focused on brand management. So what I did was I went into the Meta Business Suite, right? And I planned out, let me go back to the month. And I planned out like the first couple of weeks were just posts, right? So I'm posting every day, multiple times a day, and I would promote each of these posts to the page, right? This was just, I allocated 5% of my total budget to just promoting the page, right? With like campaigns, post campaigns, ended up getting almost 350 likes on the page. That's for your social validation. Again, part of your brand building, right? So this was my main objective here. I told you guys the call was going to be about conversion optimization and audience tracking and audience testing and building. That's what I want to show you guys today. So I'll show you the first campaign that I started, which would be this one, right? The lead was costing $150 per lead. Ended up being, on the back end, almost $1,000 per qualified lead, but that's okay. They're paying $2,000 per lead, per qualified lead, right? So I sort of just, and again, guys, this is something I want to go into with you guys just to give you the logic and the reasoning behind my decisions, right? When I started, I have no experience in insurance. I have no experience in disaster claims. I have no idea how to help someone get more money for their business, but I do know how to run ads, right? So with that knowledge, I built the very first campaign, right? You're living in Louisiana, you're between 18 to 65. That's all I ended up doing, right? And then just these ads here, no stress claim review for storm hail damage, right? And then the campaign develops, right? I've tested multiple different variations of landing pages. I've tested multiple different variations of the form questions, right? I ran a form that if you chose, do you have homeowners insurance, and you selected no, the form was blocked. You couldn't submit the form because the company only wants people who have homeowners insurance, right? So that's just me on my way trying to target and get the right lead. I have my conversion tracking set on my thank you page. So if you can't get to the thank you page, it's not pushing data back to the pixel. So my logic was, if they can only select yes, only the yeses will go to be tracked by the pixel, right? It's going to increase my conversions for that specific segment. It's going to build that similar audience and get me more people with homeowners insurance. That didn't work out, right? My lead costs ended up skyrocketing to over $200 a lead, qualified and unqualified. So this comes back to the test again that I started on Sunday, right? And we launched a completely new campaign. It's this one right here. And I spoke with the publisher and I was like, I need to change the creatives that you gave me because one, they're not performing. We're getting unqualified leads. What do I do next? So she was like, look, I'm going to give you new creatives and you're going to focus on testing a different audience. So I got on my computer. This is what I do for every audience. How do I attract a valid homeowner on Facebook? That was my exact Google question, right? And it led me to this specific audience because Facebook doesn't have a homeowner demographic. Not anymore. They have one, it's like single family detached home, but it didn't work. It was too expensive. So just looking online, this is what I learned. They're like, people who own their home, right? What are they looking for? What do they watch? What do they do? People who own their home, they're interested in interior design. They watch Property Brothers on TLC. They shop at the Home Depot. If you're renting, you're less likely to shop at Home Depot and Lowe's, right? Do-it-yourselfers, fixer-upper or flip-flop the TV series, right? It may be employed by this is actually wrong, I gotta take that out, but people, right, who shop at Lowe's and shop at Home Depot, you're most likely a homeowner, if that makes sense, right? So that was the angle that I took. And, now the leads are coming in, just 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Out of 5 leads, we got 4 that were qualified. So just making that change alone ended up bringing more qualified people to my website and, filling out the form, right? The ultimate objective is to make your buyer happy. They want the leads that they want so they can make money, and you want to generate that traffic so you can make money, right? But like a company like this, they paid me $10,000 up front just to test these campaigns. And now they're happy, they're going to renew and they're going to double down. Like, hey, that winning campaign, I want you to push $20,000 into it, right? Once that's successful, hey, duplicate it, increase the spend. This is what I mean by, on the previous calls, we've spoken about trial and error, right? This is a very expensive vertical. I've never had a vertical that cost me this much ever, right? $60 a lead, almost $1,000 per qualified lead. I've never seen numbers like that. But for them, that's relatively affordable because right now they're paying their publishers $1,500 per lead. So they're saving $500 going through me, if that makes sense, right? Next step is to have these 2 winning campaigns completely optimized, and then I can scale, right? I've been spending $100 a day for the past month and a half. And now that I found the audience, I'm ready to ramp it up. I doubled my daily spend to 200. I'm going to double it after I see the results of these campaigns, right? So my main goal is, like Clayton says, like I'm always saying, you know, you hear this from Phil or Carlos, don't get married to one particular campaign, right? You want to have the knowledge to apply to any vertical, right? Clayton can go on Offer Vault and he finds, oh, cool, this is a cool offer. He builds his website, he builds his Facebook page, he builds his landing page. Within 24 hours, he can have a decision like, hey, this is profitable or not, right? Don't spend 2 weeks trying to figure something out. Lead generation is bigger than that. It's faster than that, right? This is the whole objective of these Tuesday, Thursday calls. I want to educate you guys of what is even possible in this sphere, okay? Just like this, I started with business loans, right? I did Medicare and now I'm doing storm damage, right? And it's because I know how to do it, right? And you guys know how to do it too. You have the knowledge in there. Maybe you haven't put the pieces together, you haven't connected the dots just yet, but this is something you can apply to your own business. I know Larry Hand, he's got a real estate company, right? You're a broker, correct? And you know, if you commit to that, you can run ads and generate leads for your own business for people who want to do rentals or buy homes or are looking through your MLS. You have a landing page, you have your MLS connected. They give you their email address. You give them a call. They're looking for houses on your website. You build that brand, LH Realty, right? It's on Facebook. You have a website. You have your MLS connected. It's showing them all the different properties and the zip codes that they're looking for, right? This is what I mean by take what you're learning from one and apply it to as many different verticals as you can, right? Because if I just followed along and I didn't commit to learning, I would have never found this deal and I would have never run this, right? And obviously you want to be at the right place at the right time. You want to meet people, you want to network, you want to go to things like the masterminds, the lead cons, those conventions, because that's where your buyers are going to be, right? So I just want to take some time, and if you guys have any questions on my end, let me know so I can kind of guide you through my logic and I can guide you through whatever, you know, that may be holding you back right now. I want to help you guys achieve that. Okay. And that's what we're here for. That's what Clayton's here for. That's what Carl's here for. That's what Phil's here for. That's what I'm here for, is to help you guys succeed, right? And help you guys generate revenue and generate money. And I know it's tough. Believe me, I've ran offers that are unprofitable. It happens. I've lost money on some campaigns. It happens. Tough titties. That's business. You signed up for this, right? But when you do hit a profitable offer, it's profitable, right? You guys saw what we did with Medicare. We ran it, we tested it. Some people didn't make money with Medicare, but you can't tell me it doesn't work because I made 150 bands. You get me? Clayton made almost 300,000. Carlos made $1 million running Medicare. You can't tell me it does not work, right? If it doesn't work for you, it's because one, you're not committed to learning, and two, you're not asking the right questions, because the support is there and the results are there. And if you do it for one, you can replicate it for many different verticals. I've been doing this for 2 years and I can tell you, I've tested dozens and dozens of different verticals. Some of them I'll throw $1,000 at it. Some of them I'll throw $5,000 at it. Some of them I'll throw $100 at it. The ones that stick, they stick and they work. It might work for a month. It might work for 3 months. It might work for 2 weeks. Who knows, right? The whole objective is to actually take the action, right? I caught myself slipping in December, right? I didn't test an offer and I bought a damn pair of sneakers for $500, right? I could have tested 5 offers with that pair of sneakers, if that makes sense, right? I want you guys to have that same logic. I want you guys to be action takers, right? You see a potential vertical, let's say you're already in the auto insurance industry. You know all the terms, all the jargon, all the rates, everything. Build your website and test it. You might be surprised at the results. All right, and take that knowledge and apply it towards multiple different verticals. I had no idea I'd be doing disaster claims, but because I have the knowledge, I don't have knowledge in disaster claims, but because I have the knowledge of website building, of lead generation, building ads, I was able to take advantage of an opportunity. Even if it does not continue, I was able to say, hey, I jumped in and I took advantage of an opportunity that was in front of me because of the knowledge I have and the commitment to learning that I made, if that makes sense. You guys on track?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. So I want to take this time. I have a hard 2 p.m. So I just wanted to blast through this, show you guys some results, show you guys the website, show you guys how I essentially ran the business. And like Clayton was saying, built a brand, not just an offer, right? So what we have here is like, next time a hurricane passes by and ravages Louisiana or Florida or Texas, whatever, I have a business here that I can take and I can market with, that already has an established following, 350 followers, 350 likes. It's got the post, it's got the everything is already set up as a real legitimate business, right? This is what I'm trying to show you guys. This is lead generation, okay? I want to take some time and answer your questions. So lay them on me. Clayton and I are here to help you guys out with whatever you need.
Hey, Conrad, for some of us just starting out, how important is it? I know pay-per-call is very seasonal and, you know, different offers at different times, but how important is it that you commit to, say, one ad network before moving on to another one like Google or TikTok? Say you just started out in Medicare, you're in it 3 months, you've seen some pretty decent results, and you're just now getting the hang of Facebook, but now it's pest control season. It's like, all right, well, let's jump to Google ads now, but I haven't really mastered Facebook ads. How do you feel about that?
Look, how long have you been doing this?
I've been in internet marketing for a while. I was a copywriter for a while, but actually doing like ads, running ads to pay-per-call offers, 3 months since I joined the program. Yeah.
So that's actually about the same time that I started running Facebook ads. I've been doing online marketing for 2 years, and I was heavy into Google ads. That's all I used. And I completely mastered Google ads, building ads, Google Tag Manager, landing pages, thank you pages, any kind of extensions. I completely mastered Google, right? I focus less on the results. Obviously, results are important, but don't start a business if you plan to quit in 3 months, right? This isn't for you. Don't start a business if you plan to quit in 6 months. This isn't for you. Does that make sense?
100%.
I came into this, when I started lead generation, I came in with the full intention of never having a 9-to-5 job again. I said, this is it. I'm going to build my own business, and I'm not putting an end date, right? But in order to do that, you have to focus, one, on building your network, and two, constantly learning, right? When you have an office job, when you have a desk job, you get comfortable, right? It's coming in every week. It's coming in every 2 weeks. You're just on the computer. You're doing what you got to do. You get your tasks. You handle it. It's taken care of. Your paycheck is there. It's set. You're comfortable, right? But when you run your own business, for me, the most valuable advice that anyone has given me, it's actually Phil, and I started my journey with him through business loans, through lead generation. That's how I met Carlos. That's how I met my buyers for disaster claims. The first thing he told me was, if you can commit to learning, you're going to achieve whatever you want. He goes, focus on the result. Obviously, don't blast your budget, go bankrupt running ads, right? Don't do that. That's just not smart financially. But if you can take your time and commit to learning, even if you're spending $5 a day, what is that? $5 a day for the whole month, $150, skip out on a restaurant next Saturday just to try to learn Google, right? Or try to learn Facebook. Make that commitment. I can only tell you, bro, when I started, I would be on YouTube for everything. I'd be on Google asking every possible question I could. I fully committed to learning about the vertical, and more importantly, how does it all work? Why am I even getting a lead? Right? Focus on that and you're going to generate leads. If that makes sense. Commit to the learning and the whole process becomes much clearer, and your time to take advantage of an opportunity becomes much shorter. Right? I timed myself the other day. I can literally build a business and run ads in an hour and 47 minutes.
Let me jump in real quick, if I may.
Yeah, jump in, bro. It's all you.
All right. So I was half paying attention, I'm not gonna lie. But from what I heard, I just want everyone to know this. Pick an industry, test it. If you don't like it, get out. Now, don't build a brand in that industry while you're building and testing, right? You just want to throw some stuff up, see if you like it, see if you can get into it. If it's something you're passionate about, maybe you're like, you know what, I've got a lot of friends, or for some reason, motor vehicle accidents just draw me. There's just the most exciting campaign. I just want to run that so bad, right? If that's the fire that you have, then you need to keep it, and you need to build your business around motor vehicle accidents. And then you can expand into, what's the other one? Personal injury, bankruptcy, things like that. You can do all that stuff later. But if you're like, no, motor vehicle accident, MVA or whatever they call it, is just what I want to do. So you need to take the time to build a real brand. Like you were a lawyer, like you are running a company who handles MVA all day, every day.
Exactly.
Because you are literally building a business around that industry. So you need to treat it as such, and you need to have respect for it. When you throw something up overnight, and I can throw up a pest control ad in 2 hours, right? We all saw me do it. But you got to be vested in it. And like, you can throw it up and just like, yeah, whatever, forget about it. Oh, it's not working. It's not driving any traffic. What other industries are hot right now, right? You can look at any pay-per call group and guarantee you will see 100 comments talking about, hey, what industry is working good? Or go on Ron's post or Carlos's post and they're like, hey, what verticals are you running right now? What's a hot offer? Because everyone's looking for the easy offer that pays the most money. When you get into an industry, and if it's hard and it's difficult to figure out, that industry is going to pay you more long-term if you stick with it and actually build within the industry. Go to industry trade events, not just LeadsCon, not just Affiliate Summit. Go to the motor vehicle accident conference in Wichita. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? You go to that kind of stuff because that's where your direct buyers are. Those are the people that have the industry knowledge. Those are the people you want to rub elbows with, because they're going to tell you tricks and trades that you're not going to learn from any other internet marketer. You're going to learn from the lawyer who's actually taking these calls. Exactly. So that's why Ron and Carlos and we always tell you guys, go to these events. I know it's, especially if you're financially strained as it is, it's hard to do it, but it only takes one event. So if you're like, hey, you know what, there's this event coming up, I'm going to start saving now to make it to that event.
Yeah.
Before you go to that event, make sure you have a beautiful brand built up. Make sure you have business cards. Make sure that you come over there professional, especially if you're in the law. Everyone's going to be wearing suits, so you better have a suit or a very nice blouse if you're a female, right? So you want to look the part, and you want to act the part, and you want to have the brand behind you to back it up.
Absolutely. That's
because if I go to a Medicare if I go to Humana and show them my Medicare website that I use to generate traffic, they're going to laugh at me. Get your uncompliant ass out of here. Right? But if I show them my beautiful website, I say, you drive traffic to this, they're going to be like, oh, I like that. Yeah, let's do some business.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
And again, guys, that goes directly into the brand building, right? And of course, you can build a landing page just to test the offer. Right? You can build a quick Facebook page just to test the offer. And when it works, build the brand behind it, because you might be surprised at how long that brand will pay you in the long term, right? For me, my goal is I want to build a business every week. I want to test it, and I do it, right? And the ones that stick, they run. The ones that don't, I still have a business there. It might end up hitting eventually, or I can find someone who's like, hey, I like your website. I'll give you $1,500 for it. Give you $1,000 for it. Why do I care? It's not running for me, but they know what to do with it, right? So you're opening different opportunities for yourself by learning these core skills. Okay. You can go out to a company and offer them your marketing services. Hey, I'm a lead generator, and I know you're a health insurance company. You know, you have your G2 license. Let's get on Google. Let me generate some calls for you. Give me 25% of your revenue just to manage the campaigns, right? There's so many different potential variables that you can take advantage of, right? And I understand, even for me, I've been doing this for 2 years, and it took me a while to realize that the skills I have, took me like 6 months, 8 months about, right? To realize the skills I have. I'm not a business loan company. I'm not an insurance company, right? I'm not a law firm. I'm a lead generator, if that makes sense. So once you get that perspective, it opens up so many different doors for you, right? Business-wise, opportunity-wise, job-wise, whatever that you have, whatever goals that you have, the skills that you're learning here are applicable to so many different things, right? I've gotten contracts, $4K a month for 3 months, just to help a startup build their campaigns on Google. It's easy. You look up their website, look up their company, what do you sell, and you start testing different campaigns. It's not hard, but if you have the knowledge, it's easy, right? The challenging part is, what do I learn, right? The challenging part is you don't know what you don't know. So you got to go out there, and first you have to find out what you don't know. You got to ask questions. You got to Google search. You got to YouTube search. You have to learn as much as you can, right? Go to people that do know, like, hey, what am I doing wrong? I don't know how many times I've asked Clayton, like, bro, what am I doing wrong? Help me out. I have no shame in that, right? Because I'm running a business. I'm trying to be profitable. And I understand that in order for me to be profitable, I have to commit to learning, right? I focus, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I spent almost a year in business loans. I ran it, it was profitable, but my main objective was learning, right? Google ads. Why and how am I generating a lead? Not for business loans, but for my website in general. Now I can take those skills and just get creative with the copy, get creative with the ads, right? There's no difference. Once you learn the core basics, the only difference between a business loan campaign and a Medicare campaign on Google is the text, is the website they're going to. That's it. The core basic knowledge is there. Okay. You guys sound like like we just dropped a load on you guys.
Hey, Clayton, I have a question. On the landing pages that is in Unique, can we run a, like for water damage / fire as a one campaign? Do we have buyers for that, or do you have to run them individually for water and fire? He's on the phone.
I'm unmuted now. Say that again. I'm sorry.
Well, my question is that running fire and water damages, can you run them fire / water, or do you have to run them individually? Do I have a buyer for the dual?
I would run them individually. You can have a page that has different services. Like if you go look at, what is it called? Serve Pro or something like that. I think that's the name of it. They do that kind of stuff. So what I would do is I would go look at the industry, find out how people are structuring their websites, find out what services are included. If they are individual services per the fire damage and the mold, then you want to have individual landing pages for each one of those. Either way, you're going to want to have different landing pages because you're going to want to drive traffic to fire damage and not fire damage traffic to a, mold damage type thing, right? You want to make sure
Right.
that you're driving traffic to a page that is dedicated to whatever it is that you're looking for, that those customers are looking for. Now you can have your home brand, right? That has like, oh, we do fire restoration, mold damage, water damage, emergency plumbing and roofing, right? So you can have one company that does all that stuff. But when you're running traffic, you want to have a landing page. Like you might be like hand repairs, right? Right. That might be your brand that you run, or handservicepros.com, right? And that has all the listings of all the different services that you offer. But when you run ads to a landing page, you might want to run ads to like hand fire damage servicepros.com or something like that, right? So you have it specific to what it is that they're looking for. You can have it linked back to your main site if you want, or just use your same logo and your same brand name on that page, but just make that page only about fire and have no links to click off the page except for privacy policy and terms.
Wow.
Does that make
Good
sense?
information. Yeah, good information.
All right, guys. So I want to take these last couple of minutes just to answer whatever questions you have. Again, I have a hard 2 o'clock. So if you guys have any questions now, just let me know.
Yeah, I don't know if you can answer. I'm sure you can answer this, Conrad, but kind of going back to what you and Clayton were talking about with following up instead of just, one-shot deals with impulse buyers. How would you go about using data that you're getting from your number pool on your landing page to follow up? Would you do like a retargeting campaign within Facebook, or do you just have those forms in your landing page all the time so where they can call and or opt in?
So
Yeah.
I'll give you one specific strategy that I used for Medicare, right? Past Medicare, and then I applied it to this season's Medicare. What I did was I went back into my Ringba 3 months ago. I exported all of the phone calls that converted, right?
Okay.
I
Right.
removed everybody who was less than 10 minutes on the phone, and I imported all of those phone numbers into an audience in Facebook, and I created a lookalike audience for specifically people who spent more than 10 minutes on the phone for Medicare. And I targeted and I created that lookalike audience, and I used that to run my ads.
So did you say don't exclude those people, or did you say include? No, that was a lookalike audience.
It's
So
a
you say include
lookalike
people.
audience. Yeah,
Got
it's
it.
a lookalike audience. It's a lookalike audience.
Got it.
That's just one strategy, right? You can also have the form fills, and you just export your form data and you upload it into Facebook, create a lookalike audience, right? Again, it's not one thing that works.
Right.
There's not that one thing that magically makes revenue happen. What makes revenue happen is trial and error, right? Because, and I've seen this happen, right? When I first started running Medicare in October, I built my ads exactly like Clinton and Carlos, right? And it wasn't profitable. But I called Clayton. I was like, hey, what's going on? Help me out here. He was like, all right, do this, this, and this. My campaigns are now different, but I was profitable, right? That's the trial and error side. The benefit of having us, right? Carlos, Clayton, Phil, me, the objective behind having us to learn from is now, instead of making the wrong mistakes, you're making the right mistakes. Your learning curve, right? It took me 12 months to learn how to be a lead generator, right?
Right.
Your learning curve is now maybe 3 months, right? The better that I get, the better that Clayton gets, the better that we all get, the shorter your learning curve becomes. But there's still going to be a learning curve, and there's still going to be some failures. Don't expect to be an overnight success. That's just unrealistic. It happens, but you have to commit to learning and commit to actually applying what you've learned and testing it. At the end of the day, you got to put some skin in the game. You got to lose some money to get that fire under your ass to be like, what do I do to make this shit profitable? And you're going to figure it out, right? I'm 27. I had no prior experience in anything lead generation, website building, anything besides liking people's Facebook pages, posting on Facebook. I had no experience in any kind of online marketing, right? 2 years later, this is where I'm at, right? So don't look at this as a short-term goal. Look at this as a long-term goal. Even if you do other things, even if you have other businesses, this is something that you can learn that can potentially generate revenue for you for the rest of your life. Just the knowledge of having it, right? You could go to an event and you make a new friend in the new industry. He's like, yeah, actually, we need some leads. We got a budget. How much do you want? All right, let's start with 100 leads a day, right? It's that easy. But with the knowledge that you have, you can take advantage of those opportunities, not just fumble around. Oh, I got to go learn some more. All right, I'm going to go find someone else to generate the lead for me. My always go-to, like I said, guys, they asked her, she called me and she was like, can you run storm damage? Yes. I didn't know. I knew it was a hard no. I didn't know how to run storm damage, but I told her yes. Right. And I'm figuring it out along the way. And I did figure it out along the way. Right. Because I'm committed to learning. That's the big difference. All right, guys.
By the way, I appreciate you doing this a little later in the day. I can finally get on one of these calls for you. So thank you very much.
Yeah, I've been trying. You know, I used to be at 10:10. And now I'm switching it up. We're going to have a different time on Tuesdays and a different time on Thursdays, just so that we can cover all the bases, East Coast and West Coast. I want to provide as much knowledge for you guys as possible. Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And if you guys are interested in lead generation or anything, you can just reach out to me, DM me on Facebook. You can text me, join my YouTube channel, and you can get on a call with me. I'll talk to you guys more about lead generation, how you guys can get involved. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, I got to run, but it was a great call with you guys today. Bobby Lopez, is this Bobby Lopez Jr. or Senior?
This is Junior.
Hey, what's up, Junior?
What's up, man?
I'm meeting your dad at 4 p.m. So if you want to.
At 4, through Zoom or in person?
No, in live at Sushisaki.
At 4 at Sushisaki? How long are you guys going to be there?
I'll probably be there for an hour or two.
Okay, cool. So then I'll be there. All right, I'll be there at 4 then. That sounds good. Because the thing is that I have to go take one of my friends to the airport because she's leaving out of town. But that's at like 5:30, so that's an hour. So I'll have time.
No problem. All right, so I'll see you there at 4. All right, guys. Thanks you guys for jumping on the call today. Again, if you guys are interested, you guys might not know my name. My name is Conrad. You can follow me on Facebook, follow my YouTube channel. If you do want to learn more about lead generation, hit me up and I will give you guys the rundown, the tour, get on a phone call and help you guys out. Okay.
Hey, Conrad, what's the name of your YouTube channel?
It's Opus One Marketing and Business Strategy. And it's just a big purple O.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
I don't have that many subscribers yet. So that's how you know it's me. Got like 100-something subscribers. All right. But I've got some great videos on there if you guys want to learn more. Okay.
Lastly, Conrad, were you going to record these calls? Do you have these calls?
This call is recorded and it's going to be on my YouTube channel.
Oh, cool. Okay.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Awesome, guys. I appreciate you guys for jumping on. Hope to see you guys next Tuesday and Thursday. And have a safe weekend.
Thanks, Conrad. Take it easy. Thanks, Clayton.
Thanks, Clayton. Appreciate it. See you guys. Bye.
See you guys.